what's the most painful moment in your life?
When Aaliyah died.
Okay. So when that happened, I think we were all shocked.
Yeah, I was broken.
I know you were, nobody more than you, because you guys...
Her mother and father were, but they didn't move on at all, ever. And you can't, but yeah, it was very painful there.
Do you still listen to any of her music or no?
Nah, it hurts so much. Like on her birthday, one day I was listening to it, I forgot, with Nicolette and this girl, Big Deucer, because she's an Aaliyah fan, and I was trying to write for a movie. And that shit had me crying. I was crying. I didn't like the way I felt. You know, that's something. It's a feeling that you have to learn to live with. But I was really in love with her, and she died tragically.
Dame, did that event ever want you to find out exactly who was behind it and what happened, or did you block all the theories that people were presenting behind it? Or was it like, I'm going to get to the bottom of it and find out exactly what happened?
I mean, I knew what happened, so I didn't have to get to the bottom of it.
Does what the media and the market write about what happened match?
If I know what happens, why would I give a fuck about what the media says? So that's like saying they're writing about my girl and I'm with her every day. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't do the media so much. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I've heard they said like, everyone to me gets their turn at some conspiracy.
Right. Yeah.
So again, when you know what people write about you personally, it's hard to believe everything that you read. So no, I don't. To me, it's an oxymoron to be famous or be known and care about what people think. That's the dumbest shit in the world. And to let that dictate what you do, that's weakness. And, you know, I'm not driven by insecurity.
It's not sustainable.
It's that. And that's why a lot of people go nuts, because they're so scared about people that they don't know, that aren't participating in the art they are.
That's a great point.
And they're worried about what these people think. And that's insecurity. I'm not that guy. I've never presented myself as that guy.
You're May 3rd, right?
Yeah, I don't usually care what people think, other than if I respect exactly what you've done, and you've done something that I need to do or I'm trying to do. But other than that, unless you're my family and shit, I don't care what nobody think. I'm not going to listen to a conspiracy theory if I know the truth. But I'm not going to tell you what the truth is in this moment. We in public.
Okay.
There's a lot of truths that I know, that because I'm just not a sucker and I don't feel like dealing with certain things, that I'm not going to come out publicly, because a lot of things I've been saying and exposing years ago, no one said shit until just now. So if you remember, I was beefing with Harvey Weinstein. I'm beefing with Leo. I'm beefing with Steve Stout. Most of the people that I'm beefing with, and I'm saying beefing because they're conspiring together, having meetings about how to put me out of business and stop my cash flow. Yeah. That's actually happening.
Do you believe in accountability?
Of course. That's what's happening.
So wouldn't you want to hold people accountable for what they did to Aaliyah?
Yeah.
So wait.
What happened to Aaliyah that I don't know? What are you talking about?
Can I give you what I?
But don't tell me what you heard on TikTok.
No, not TikTok.
Oh, okay.
It's not TikTok.
Because you're smarter than
No, it's not TikTok.
So I always listen to the man that's asking me the question.
Right.
And I know the nature of the question by the intelligence of the man and what their intention is. So just be selective about that question.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and what I respect about you is, Dame, you can simply say, don't want to comment, don't want to say anything, no problem. We'll move on to the next thing.
What I'm going to want to know is why.
Right, no problem.
And then there'll be accountability.
Well, for me, I got 4 kids, you know, and when you see somebody like this who had an incredible voice, and she was in that one movie with Jet Li.
What did you hear, though? What did you hear? What did you hear? My question is, why are you saying a conspiracy?
No, it's not a conspiracy. So what I heard is she's coming up, and the whole challenge where she used to be married to R. Kelly.
She was 15. She wasn't married.
15 years old,
she
right?
Can't be married at 15 to a grown-ass man.
I know, but...
So then why would you still listen to him knowing that they said he married a 15-year-old? Well, that was the issue. That you knew it was illegal to be married to a 15-year-old, and the dude could actually put out a fucking album that says age ain't nothing but a number.
That's right.
And y'all gonna listen to it and not say a word. That's where people should be ashamed of themselves.
I'm with you. I agree. So
but what's the conspiracy?
So then it's not even the conspiracy. So then, you know, R. Kelly and her, then... You know,
you don't know the conspiracy.
Then Jay.
You're looking for a conspiracy?
Then Jay, no, not at all. Not at all. Rob, matter of fact, you may want to stop Googling. Just stop Googling because he's thinking I'm looking at what you're putting up there.
What's the conspiracy that you asked me about?
So then Jay, and then later on with you, she starts,
you're giving me the history,
being with you for years.
You said, don't you want to find out what happened? And I want to know what you heard.
What I'd want to know is,
I'm asking you what you heard happened.
Why
you got in a plane crash.
If Lenny Kravitz offer his plane?
Yeah, because Hype did some bullshit.
So why would Hype say no for?
Because Hype's a sucker for that, and I'm never gonna forgive him for that. So period. We know it ain't no conspiracy. I've been told y'all that. So you asking me, did I find out the conspiracy if I'm curious? I told you I already know. So I'm asking you what you know that I don't.
Yeah.
So if you know something I don't, let me know so I can go deal with it.
I don't think,
if you don't, why are we talking about it?
Yeah. So I don't think it's whether I know or you don't
What's
know.
the conspiracy that you're talking about?
No. It's not even a conspiracy. Is if that was the event. So I guess
that was the event.
Then what the public knows and what you know is the same thing.
So what's the conspiracy? Where's the gray area?
But where I'm going with that is the frustration with the fact that,
Oh, that my partner did a fucking album and did a tour with him? That was the frustration.
That's the frustration.
Yeah. And what's the frustration is why y'all didn't say nothing about it. That's what my point was. How is nobody saying nothing about it? Like, this nigga raping girls. They know that it was a girl. He said he married a 15-year-old. And everybody, at that point, until it became common or like it became the in thing to do, wasn't nobody disrespecting R. Kelly. Everybody was still going to his shows. Until it became popular opinion, people weren't looking the other way. So what I was disappointed in every fan that didn't care that this dude was raping a little girl. And actually, tried to, you can't sugarcoat it. You cannot marry a 15-year-old, period, in America. You understand what I'm saying?
The fact
but
that
she died in a plane crash. It ain't no conspiracy there.
Yeah.
There is no conspiracy. The problem was, and again, a lot of things happened behind the scenes to get up to that point, but that's the stuff that people don't know. And I don't feel like talking about all that because it'll open up a whole can of worms.
Yeah. So, again, and I appreciate you for even sharing what you just shared. I know it's a sensitive topic.
You just didn't tell me the conspiracy yet.
No, it's not. For me, it's more like, okay, for example.
I was just holding you accountable for your question. You just said accountability. You said, do you go with the conspiracies that you hear? And I'm saying, which one did you hear that I didn't know about? Like, what would I be looking for?
In August 25th of 2001, I was 21 years old applying for a job, 22 years old applying for a job at Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. On my first day was 9/10/2001. So at this point, I'm thinking about whether I'm going to go back into the Army and stay in the marketplace. And no one knows what's going on with the story. We're reading about it, and we know what happened till later on. R. Kelly got arrested
in the plane. Oh, that? No, we all knew what was going on. He made it regular.
You're in the world.
No, it was common knowledge that he was married to Aaliyah, or he painted that picture of him being sexually with her at 15.
Yeah.
That was publicized. It wasn't no conspiracy. Everybody knows. The question is, why you're in the Army, why didn't you think that was weird?
Oh, for sure I thought it was weird.
So did you still listen to him?
Listen to who?
R. Kelly.
At that time?
Yeah.
I'm sure I did.
Knowing that he was having sex with a 15-year-old as a grown man?
I mean, are you kidding me? The stuff that we heard with Michael Jackson, everybody's trying to verify and say, is that even possible?
The reason why I'm asking you this is so you know the DNA and the problems I have to deal with. Even though a smart man like yourself knows something is wrong, you're still going to do it and listen to it anyway.
But you don't know something's wrong. So it's kind of...
You do know... Wait a second.
No,
wait. You're telling me that if your little sister was 15 and a grown man married her or said he married her, you would know something's wrong.
There's no question about it.
And that was not a hidden thing, is what I'm telling you.
But
it was not hidden.
But you're in the world. For example, it's kind of like saying...
I'm asking the public.
Did you believe Trump was dealing with Russia? Did you believe it? Did you think he was? Because I know you're not maybe you're not supportive of him. Did you think he was colluding with Russia?
It was with the gray areas. I don't really give a fuck.
Okay, but he's your president. He would be your president, right?
He's
for
your
US.
president. He was like, to me, my president is me. See, I don't depend on public assistance, and no disrespect to anybody that does.
Right.
But whoever is the president, only thing that's going to be affected with me is taxes. But either way, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
But
so
what I'm asking Donald Trump. Did you think he was colluding with Russia?
I was curious.
Okay, so
I think with Donald Trump, there's always a gray. I think with Donald Trump, no matter what, it's a gray area.
So were you surprised later on to find out that Hillary Clinton paid for that fake Russia collusion?
I'm not even again. That's the politics that I think people use to distract us from paying attention to ourselves.
But what I'm
saying is I didn't give it that much thought.
Right.
And I wasn't listening to.
But it affects your taxes, though, right? And taxes is.
Let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
Raping a little girl is way different. There's 3 things in the street you don't fuck with, no matter what: snitches, pedophiles, and rapists.
I'm with you.
So I don't give a fuck about politics. If I hear that someone is raping a little girl, I'm no longer supporting it. Period. And just because everyone else isn't looking the other way doesn't mean that you shouldn't. So you, as a common person that was, not to say common, but a person that you said was in the audience, I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know, how could you know that somebody was raping a little girl just because it was put in a different sentence structure, and you still think it's okay until the rest of the world says something?
So then I got a question for you. So you said you don't want to comment on Diddy. right? And
I said I want to comment on it. I said there's certain things.
Well, wait a minute though. Then it's a double standard because with Diddy, it's been proven that what he's done with young, the speculation with young boys and all these other things that coming up with 30 million.
I'm not running around.
Do you think the market needs to know about that?
But I know him personally.
Right.
You don't know Pause Puff.
So
I know him.
I don't know R. Kelly personally. You do.
Right.
So why would I jump in conclusion if I don't know the guy personally?
What I'm saying is if you hear a guy raped a 15-year-old.
Right.
Are you interviewing him?
He's got an open invitation.
I wouldn't.
I know you wouldn't.
Yeah. That's where we differ. So I guess what I'm saying is what I was asking, and again, I'm not saying I still fuck with Puff at all. I'm not saying I ever did. It's just it's not for me to knock anyone down while they're down unless I had a personal problem with them. But doesn't mean I'm gonna fuck with them. It's just I'm not going to do that. But just because I know him. But I'm not going to be a fan. Honestly, as it relates to Michael Jackson, I still listen to Michael Jackson.
I do as well.
And I went to Never Never Land when he wasn't there with Kadada, out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't a kid. He would get knocked out. You know what I mean? But I wasn't jacking that, though. I wasn't cool with it. So I'm just saying I wasn't a fan of him. How could you be a fan of a person that you know? And the reason I was using you is because what do you think the average person is doing? They see things that are immoral. They look past it until it's public opinion. And I'm a person that can't look past things until it's public opinion. So we'll put it like this. If I had a problem with Puff, and I may or may not, it didn't just start after everyone started having a problem with him. I was never at none of those parties. You never seen me in no real pictures with him other than the last 20 years. And I was at his party once at the Hamptons with Aaliyah, Jennifer Lopez, and the Tiny. But that's it. And we left early. But just because I don't fuck with someone publicly or privately, it don't mean I'm going to diss him publicly. But if you diss me publicly, I'm getting at you if I know you.
So then let me go.
But I was just trying to say the temperature. Like, we're in a world that people look the other way. Because
I agree.
Again, what I said about Trump, is it all right that his whole crew went to jail? Just answer that.
I think.
Is that a good boss?
I think no one is being.
I didn't ask you that. I'm asking you, is it all right that his whole crew went to jail?
I don't think anybody is being more demonized and character.
I didn't ask you that. Don't Republican me.
Stories.
I want you to answer my question.
I'm an independent. I'm a registered independent who liked voting for Clinton, and I voted both sides.
I'm just asking you a question from an independent. If somebody's whole crew went to jail, are they a good boss?
Yeah.
Yes or no? It's a yes or no.
But I don't know. But I don't know.
Yes or no?
No, but you're also not giving the right answers.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes,
because you're a part of. Dame, respectfully, I respect what you've done to the space you've been a part of. Mm-hmm. It is very hard to make it to the highest level. I got a lot of respect for you.
It depends on what you consider the highest level.
Well, where you have influence and you're able to sit down with bullies. You said you like to bully the bully. You know what's one of the affirmations I teach my kids?
Yeah, we do.
Bully the bully. Absolutely. I tell my kids.
Our new record is Punch You in the Face. That's our anti-bully record.
Yeah. So, but the point is, a lot of the things you talk about with raising boys, family, those things, we may be on the same page. In a situation right now when I'm bringing up Diddy, the only reason I'm bringing up Diddy is because...
You can bring him up.
Yeah, the last 2 months, every day something new is coming up about
You can't not bring him up. Listen, he's the topic of conversation. Right. You can't... Unless you don't bring him up, you're not going to trend.
So maybe
you got to bring him up.
Let me ask this other question. Are you familiar with Jaguar Wright?
I'm not friendly with her, but I remember her when we did the Unplugged.
The MTV Unplugged, the Heart of the City. I think she was doing the.
She just sang background, but that's the only time I remember really interacting much. I always remember us being cool.
There's now some rumors circulating, and you can shut it down the second I say it. That there was a tie with Jay-Z had some stuff to do with Diddy, and they're kind of both being aligned and quiet about it.
They're in a lot of pictures together, so yeah. What about it? I don't know. I haven't been around them in the last 10, 15 years.
Got it. Okay.
You know what's great? I don't know about certain things because I haven't been around. That's the reason why.
That's fair.
The reason why I pivoted because the gray area thing.
Yeah.
I don't play those games at all. So whatever was going on, I just never even engaged, indulged, or anything. Not even looked the other way. Doesn't look at all. I just left. So you don't see me in none of them pictures.
Has the Fed at all reached out to you for information or no?
I haven't been around him like that. I'm not around him like that. Just because we black don't mean shit.
No, that's not it. But you guys were partners. That's a partner.
Oh, me and Jay?
At one point.
Oh, why would they reach out to me for what?
I don't know, if they want to say, hey, is there anything you want to talk to us about, with what happened? They've never reached out to you.
Nah.
Because they're reaching out to a lot of weird people right now.
I'm not weird.
Okay.
They're not going to talk to me. I'm not weird.
All right. So let me ask this other question. Well, maybe within this context.
I hope they don't either. They better not come knocking at my door with that bullshit. I ain't got shit to do with none of that.
So let me ask this other question.
You see, I'm out of there.
For me, class of 96.
See, I'm the only one that can still talk. I'm the one that can come outside. I'm not hiding because I ain't got nothing to hide. And that's what I mean. I can sleep at night.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
There's
I think
no gray area.
You would be the one that they wouldn't want to talk. They would be worried about you knowing stuff.
You got to remember, like, people that are committing crimes only tend to commit crimes around other criminals. I'm not a criminal like that. I'm not gonna. They're not gonna do things on my watch that I'm not gonna be all right because they know I'm gonna say something. So if I see anything that's unsavory or someone tries me, I'm not keeping that a secret because I'm not scared of the recourse. I have no fear of any of those people. That's why I could say no, because there was no fear. You can't even ask me certain questions because you know you're gonna get embarrassed. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And if I lose that fight, I'll lose it. But I'm fighting it, and everyone gonna know what I'm fighting about. And I'm not gonna be scared of not being able to get a check from somebody because I'll go earn my own. Or like you said, or like I said, because I'm not worried about what people perceive as a win. I'm worried about being creative, and love is my currency. I care about being able to walk in here with my family and be able to work with my family, do books with my family, go to schools, go help close down jails. Like, I think there's way better stuff that I'm doing, and that's what I noticed. What they don't talk about, what no one makes a big deal until it's too late, is, damn, I'm going into schools 3 or 4 times a week and talking to kids and teaching them how to dream, and I'm going into jails trying to get the recidivism rate down. That's the shit that matters.
So